I'm going to talk about AI because everybody has to talk about AI. It's mandatory if you have a podcast. In your opinion, should law firms be eager to utilize AI to assist with their marketing efforts? Not necessarily their case efforts, but business development, marketing.
I mean, I'll say this. I think that the party line now that everybody says is that AI has its place, right? They're not our robot overlords quite yet. Um, there Everybody talks about ChatGPT, which kind of cracks me up because frankly, there were tools like this like a couple of years ago, right? Like Jarvis AI and stuff like that. I mean, this is not really new. It's just that the public all knows about it now and it's free. So all of this stuff kind of existed for a while now. I think ChatGPT is great as a starting point. What you will notice if you use it a lot, and you see other law firms using it a lot, is that it gives lists. It loves lists. It loves numbered lists, right? So whenever I see content now that has numbered lists, my eyes always kind of raise like, was that written by ChatGPT? And the truth is that everybody gets really excited. Oh, I can have this tool help me write content. The truth is, if everybody is using that tool to write content, all the content is kind of going to sound the same. And at the end of the day, Google still has to put, even if they're not penalizing you for using AI, they still have to choose, these Google bots still have to choose someone to put at the top of Google, right? So, there's, I don't know how many chocolate chip cookie recipes out there, but one is at the top of Google, right? So at the end of the day, you have to write content that is going to get you to the top of Google or whatever it is. So in terms specifically of content, I would say that, AI is great. You can put in a prompt, hey, give me 7 points to make about the differences between wills versus trusts or something like that. And then, take it from there. Regarding visuals, there's one AI tool called Beautiful.ai, and it will help you make amazing power. I mean, the kids are calling it slide decks right now. It's PowerPoint, right? I'm old. But it'll help you make amazing power, but you have to check it because it's wrong a lot of the time with the content that it puts in there. And then, you can make images for social media as well and little snippets as well. So it's a tool, right? Just like a car helps you get somewhere faster, right? But the car doesn't know where to go unless you tell it where to go. So that's kind of the analogy that I use. It's definitely better than a horse and buggy, right? But you are still the one driving. Well, I guess they have self-driving cars now, but you still have to tell them where to go.
Yeah, and I'm not sure where legal and lawyers are with AI right now. I think there's a lot of concern because they're lawyers and risk averse that they want to, put all their chips in on that, or that they feel comfortable using it not only for the law but for marketing. And even with marketing, I think if you're using it for SEO, right, you can get, caught by Google. If you're not, running it through a filter, you're not using it in a more authentic way. The different question that I'm wondering too is for the law firms that count on SEO and content creation and pay-per-click, how is that going to change? How is when AI gets so good that you ask a question and it just gives you an answer, not pages and pages of search results? How's that going to change the world for lawyers that count on? And, Annette, I'd put that to you. If there's, thousands and thousands of lawyers that are counting on pay-per-click right now, and Nick, you're getting your business that way, right? And that all changes in the next 3 to 5 years or whatever the number is, then how do you get business if it's a whole different model?
Well, I mean, we'll have to see, right? But what we're seeing right now is that AI at this point in time cannot create anything itself. I have now, for I think it's 8 months now, typed in to ChatGPT who founded Law Quill, and it still has never gotten the answer right. Not yet. And I've been around for a while. So, and I keep telling it, hey, and it says all my friends. And so I go on LinkedIn, I'm like, hey, thanks a lot, guys, for starting Law Quill. I appreciate it. They're like, well, we're silent partners, clearly, because they didn't start it. They're not even involved in it. So I have no idea how good AI is going to get. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like a photograph. Every photograph was taken in the past. There's no photograph that's taken of the future, right? So it can only give you, at this point, content that has already been created. I don't really know of anybody that's using specifically ChatGPT for answers. I do know that at the top of Google now, I have it. I think a lot of other people have it too, where you can have this little box at the top that is AI generated. But again, that AI generated answer is being pulled from everything underneath and links to other websites, because the truth is that Google is not a non-for-profit organization. They are a for-profit organization. And even if Google is using tools like AI to compile information, their bread and butter, right, comes from advertising. So that is not going to go away. And I just don't see at this point, and I could be, I could be mistaken and eat my words in 5 years. But the truth is that at the end of the day, people do business with people. I don't think that that's ever going to change. So even if someone gets a quick answer on something, they are going to go to an actual person that they trust to verify that. Like if Google tells me some sort of medical information, right, I'm still going to go to a doctor to make sure that Google is right. If I type in something about the law or about a DUI or about the statute of limitations, that might be a correct answer, but I'm not able to give my complete, case study of everything that happened in my particular circumstance. I need to go to a lawyer to be able to humanly analyze that. And so then I'm going to be looking for a law firm. Listen, there was a huge freak out about a year and a half ago when Google came out with these featured snippets, right? Everybody freaked out. Everybody's like, oh no, there's featured snippets. That means that people will just click on the answer and they'll never go to any websites, right? But that's not true, actually. What happens is that people see those answers, they see other answers. If they really have a question, they're not going to just be like, oh, okay, well, that's the answer then. Here I go on my way, right? They're going to keep digging for whatever that is and end up on those websites. So I still think that SEO will be important. And I think that, frankly, the use of AI hopefully will just make it easier for them to find the answers that are true, hopefully, and get to the people that are providing the services that they need, whatever those are.